Picture this scenario. Someone just filled out your Jot form and the data is instantly added to the Google Sheet and your lead received an email offer. Sounds amazing, right? So hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to capture Jot form leads, log in Google Sheets and send Gmail offers, and we are going to build this by using Pabbly Connect. So as you can see, our workflow starts from the trigger, that is Jot form. So as soon as a new form submission will be received, the data will be added to the Google Sheet and an offer email will be sent to the lead by using Gmail. So if you also want to create this amazing no coding automation, then let me take you towards my screen. Alright, so let's test the setup which I have already built in. So right before you on my screen, you can see I have integrated all these applications in the automation which I have already built in. So now let me firstly show you the real working of this automation. So for that, let me take you to the Jot form which I have created. So here you can see this is my form, and now I am going to fill this form for receiving a new lead. So here I am going to provide my first name as Smart, last name as User, and here I am going to provide my email address as smartuser@pabblytudes.com, and now I am going to enter my phone number over here. Now let's submit this form, and here you can see my form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my Google Sheet to check whether the details of my new lead is saved over there or not. So here you can see this is my spreadsheet named as Jot form leads, where I am going to save the details of my Jot form leads. And here I am getting three fields, that is full name, email and the phone number. And here I am getting the same details which I have recently entered over my Jot form, that is full name Smart User, email smartuser@pabblytudes.com and the phone number as well. So this shows that the first step of the automation which I have created is successfully working. Now let's move on to my Gmail account to check whether I am receiving an email over there or not. So here you can see in my Gmail account, I am successfully receiving this email having the subject, "Thank you for your response, Smart User." And here you can observe that I am getting the same name which I have recently entered over my form. So this shows that by using Pabbly Connect, you can not even save the data to the Google Sheet, even can send personalized emails to your leads. So now I am going to show you the process of creating this automation step by step, so you can also create it for scaling up your business. So for creating this automation, you have to access Pabbly Connect, and for accessing the Pabbly Connect, you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/connect, and once you will enter the URL, you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly. And here you can see we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user, you can simply click over this sign in. And if you sign up your account for free over the Pabbly Connect, you get 100 free tasks every month for practicing Pabbly Connect. Now before moving on towards creating this automation step by step, let me tell you about something amazing, that is Pabbly Community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly Community, where automation users, marketers and business owners gather to share their ideas, ask questions and get relevant update regarding using the Pabbly applications. So you can also join Pabbly Community now and grow your business with us. And if you wish to join the Pabbly Community, you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here I'm going to simply click over this sign in. And once you finish your sign up, you will be getting this all Pabbly apps page, where you can see these are the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to integrate some applications, we will be using this Pabbly Connect app, which can integrate different applications and start automating your work. So for automating at this task, we have to click over this Access Now button, and we will be landed to the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect, which can be seen here. And on this dashboard page, you can see these are the folders I have created, and inside these folders I have created many workflows by integrating different applications. So if you also want to create your own folder, you simply have to click over this create a new folder button, and here you have to provide the folder name, and if you want, you can even select the parent folder as well. And at last you just have to click over this create button and your folder will be created. And now I am going to create a workflow. So for that, you simply have to click over this create workflow button, and here you will be getting this option for selecting the workflow builder. So here we are getting two workflow builder, that is Beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is Classic, which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I'm going to use this newly launched workflow builder beta. So now let's click over this select button, and here we are getting this dialog box where you have to provide the workflow name. So now let's provide a name to my workflow here. So here I'm providing it the name capture jot form leads, log in Google Sheet and send Gmail offers. Now I'm going to select my folder as automation. Now let's click over this create button, and here you can see we are receiving this pop-up and we are landed to a workflow page where you can see this option of adding the trigger. Now you might be thinking, what is this trigger? So trigger is our first application or the application which is going to initiate a workflow. So in this case, I want to initiate my workflow as soon as I receive a new lead over my jot form. So now you can say that I'm going to select my trigger app as jot form. So now let's click over this add trigger button, and here we are landed to this trigger setup page where I'm going to search for the jot form as I'm going to add it as my trigger app. So here you can see I'm getting this application, so I'm going to select it, and afterwards I'm going to select my app event as new response. Now let's click over this connect button, and here you can see we are receiving this webhook URL with the steps for pasting this webhook URL. So this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge between jot form and Pabbly Connect for building the connection. So now let's copy this webhook URL, and now let's move on towards my jot form for pasting this webhook URL so that we can make the connection. So here you can see this is my jot form account, and here I'm going to use this first form named as form. So now let's click over this edit form button, and we will be landed to the form which we have created. Now you just have to go to settings, and you will be landed to the settings page where on the sidebar you can see this option of integration which you have to select, and here we are landed to this integrations page where you have to search for the webhook. So now let's type it, and here you can see I'm getting this webhooks app. So I'm going to select it, and here it is asking me to add the webhook. So here you have to add the webhook URL which you have recently received from your Pabbly Connect. So now let's paste the webhook URL which we have recently received. So here I have provided my webhook URL. Now let's click over this complete integration, and here you can see our integration is ready. So this shows that we have successfully added our webhook URL, and now on the Pabbly Connect you can see it is waiting for the webhook response. So for providing the webhook response, we have to do the test submission, and for doing the test submission we have to fill our jot form. So now let's move on to our jot form again, and here I'm going to publish this form with the new webhook URL, and here you can see I'm getting this link. So now let's copy this link and paste it over the new tab. So here I have added my form link, and I'm getting my form. So now let's fill this form again, providing first name as demo, last name as user, email as demoUser@pabblytunes.com, and the phone number as well. So here I have filled this form. Now let's submit this form, and here you can see my form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here you can see in my Pabbly Connect I'm successfully receiving this response, that is response A, with all the fields which I have recently filled over my jot form. So this shows that we have successfully added our trigger app. Now I'm going to save these details in my Google Sheet. So for that I have to add my action app, that is Google Sheet. So for adding the action application, you just have to select this add new action step button, and here you will be landed to this action setup page where I'm going to select my action app as Google Sheets. Now let's select our app event as add new row. Now let's click over connect button, and here we are landed to this Google Sheets connection page where if you want to build a new connection you can select it, and here you have to sign up with your Google account, but I'm going to use my existing connection. So now let's click over the save button, and here our connection has been created successfully, and we are getting some of the fields. So the first field we are getting for selecting the spreadsheet. So here I'm going to select this spreadsheet, that is jot form leads, and now I'm going to fill all these details. Now you might be thinking that I'm going to manually type these details, but no, I'm going to perform mapping for filling these details. Now you might be thinking, what is this mapping? So mapping is basically inserting the data from the previous step so that you don't have to enter your values again and again, as mapping makes the field dynamic. So here I'm going to map all these details from the response which I'm receiving from jot form, as this is my previous step. So now let's map our full name over here. So here you can see I'm getting my first name, so I'm going to map it and provide the space and map my last name as well. And now I'm going to map my email likewise. So now let's search for the email which can be seen here. Now at last I'm going to map my phone number in the same way. So here I'm getting my phone number which I'm going to map. Now let's click over this save and send test request, and here you can see as I have clicked over this button, I'm receiving a positive response which demonstrate that our connection might be built and our data might be saved to the Google Sheet. So now let's move on to my Google Sheet and check it. So here you can see in my Google Sheet I'm successfully receiving the details of the lead which I have recently filled over my jot form. That is full name, demo user, email, demoUser@pablitudes.com, and the phone number also. So this shows that we have successfully added our first action app. Now I'm going to add one more action app, that is Gmail, which can be seen here, and afterwards I'm going to select my app event as send email. Now let's click over this connect button, and here we are landed to this connection page again, where if you want to build a new connection you can sign up with your Google account, but I'm going to use my existing connection, so I will be simply selecting this save button, and here we are getting some of the fields again, and the first field we are getting is for entering the sender name. So now I'm going to enter my sender's name manually, that is Pabli, and this field will be static, means this is not going to change with every new response. And here I have provided my sender's name, and now the next field we are getting for entering the sender's email address, and here it is already entered as my email address. Now we are getting this field, that is recipient's email address, so I am going to map the email address of my lead here. So here you can see I am getting the email which I am going to map, and now we are getting some of the fields, that is CC and BCC. So if you want to send this email to multiple recipients, you can even enter the CC and BCC as well. Now we are getting this field, that is email subject. So now let's enter our email subject over here. So here I have entered this email subject, that is thank you for your response, and after this sentence I am going to map the name of my lead. So here I am going to map it. So here I have mapped my first name, and afterwards I am going to provide the space and map my last name as well. And now we are getting this field for entering the email content. So now let's enter our email content over here. So here you can see I have entered my emails, and after this word hi I am going to map the name of my lead again. So here I have mapped the first name, and afterwards I am going to map the last name as well. Now we are done with our email content. Now we are getting the next field which is asking me to select the email content type. So from this drop down you can select your preferred email content type. Now we are getting some of the fields which are not necessary, so I will be simply selecting this save and send test request, and here you can see we are receiving a positive response which demonstrate that an email might be sent to our Gmail account. So now let's move on to my Gmail account to check it. So here you can see in my Gmail account I am successfully receiving this email having the same subject which we have recently entered over our Pabli Connect, that is thank you for your response, demo user, and in my email I am getting the same name, that is demo user. This shows that by using Pabli Connect we can even send personalized emails to our customers, which is going to enhance their experience. So in this video I have built in an amazing automation which is saving jot form leads to the Google Sheet and even sending personalized emails to them. So you can also create an amazing automation like this for scaling up your own business. So what are you waiting for? Start using Pabli Connect now, and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabli and creating many more amazing automations and integrations like this within some minutes and without even a single word coding. And if this video is really helpful, then hit the like and subscribe button, and I have added the link of the workflow in the description box, so make sure to check it out. So thank you for watching this video. Not only this automation, you can build many more integrations like this by just using Pabli Connect. So if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabli.com, and if you have any queries, you can post it over the forums.pabli.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabli Connect for free now.